Hello, hello, hello. I know no one's in here, but can't tell I shaved my beard off. But right now I'm going over on my laptop and trying to figure out how to get my drivers to understand how to use elogs, because we're only at 41% compliant because they don't know how to basically log their hours on a computer instead of on paper. So at 25 trucks only being compliant 71%, it's not a good thing. I mean, don't get me wrong, on paper logs it is easier to just go back and change it. On these ones it is a pain in the butt, but like most of the things is getting them to sign their logs. Not hard to understand or grasp. I don't get it. What? Where'd it go? But I don't know. Y'all got any suggestions on how to teach an old dog new tricks? Because I'm at a loss. Hey, brother Backwood. What's going on, man? What you up to tonight? Oh. Like here, look at this. Can you see this? Everything in red is a violation. Oh, sorry. Let's go. Forms and manner. Everything in red. Violations, violations. Some of the multiple violations. That's just since the 13th. Most of it is just not signing their logs. I mean, I've sent messages and everything. What do? Do I park them until they start doing their jobs? Because this can affect my entire business. All the way back until the 8th, because it goes for, I believe, 2 weeks that they can mess up. But yeah, it's like this one. 3 violations in one day. Let's see, 4 forms of manner and error. Not entering their vehicle number. How hard is that? Distance. Granted, they have an older truck, but it's not hard to mark your beginning of day and your end of day for mileage on that truck. Shipping documents. All you have to do is put in the bill of lading numbers and then sign it. That's 4 violations, something real easy. Something that very easily be fixed, but I've sent the messages. This happened on the 21st. Still hasn't been fixed yet. There's only so much, like on hours of service, for example. I have 8 hours of service violations, one of which, look at this. He never logged anything and just kept it on drive the entire time, never changed it over. It's not that hard to do, y'all. So, does anybody else have any advice on how I can get it through to these people on running their logs and hours of service? I'm up for suggestions. There's 4 people in here. What y'all got? How many of y'all are on electronic logs? Anybody? And if you're driving, I do not expect y'all to answer that question, just so you know. On another note, I have a driver that is missing. Not just like, not truck or trailer or anything. The driver, all of his stuff is in the truck. Nobody's heard from him in over a week. His family hasn't heard from him. And the owner-operator he's running for through us has not heard from him. I am not hard at all. Okay. Thank you, Stefan. But I think you mean it's not hard at all. But yeah, I cannot find this driver at all. We've checked the hospitals, no records of it. I don't know if he has a drug or alcohol problem. I mean, he didn't test positive on his last drug test, so I don't think he has a drug problem. Do not know, you guys. Do not know. What is this? Who had a hard braking? James Brown. Big surprise. 98%. Ray Witt, hard brakings. Sorry, I shouldn't be saying people's names. Me, I've had one hard braking. Nice. Okay. I don't know how many other people in here have multiple trucks or have to go over all these things with dealing with their drivers or anything like that, but it is a pain to try and stay up on top of people and make sure everybody else is doing what they're supposed to be doing. Yep, that was my little quick rant for the evening. Inspection reports, defect status. Alright, who has what problem? Batteries. Have to jump start it. Alright. There we go. That has been done. Yep. Apparently one of my drivers needs batteries in his trucks. Instead of calling me, though, I have to find it out on his logs. That's nice. So, there we go. Just stupid little things like that, you guys. If you don't own the truck, please inform the people if something goes wrong. That's just common courtesy. Let's see. What's up, Sean? No day cab tonight. Nope, no day cab tonight. Back in old girl still. Stefan, my bad. Oh, it's all good, brother. I know what you were saying. But yeah, the day cabs, I have other drivers in those, and I'm actually looking for a few more of them. But me, I've been doing a lot of solo twos lately, just so I can basically be at peace a little bit. But yeah, I need the bed for that because I got tired of staying in hotels all the time, and y'all seen the video about the problem with hotels and trucking because you can't check in till after 3 o'clock, and at that point you'd only have like 4 hours of sleep on some of the loads. So in my concern, it doesn't really make sense as much. So that's why I'm back in a sleeper truck again. I'm actually looking for a few more sleeper trucks as well. I'm going this week and looking at a 92 International cab over that I might end up getting. I don't know. But I'm looking for a new daily truck just so I can put this one down and do all the things I wanted to do on it, just haven't had time to do so yet. But I don't know, like right now I got an oil pan leak. I found that the other day. I just haven't had time to actually go do it. I have the oil pan gasket just sitting right back on my bed right now. I mean, it's not leaking to the point where it's like extravagant, but it is a leak. I want to get it taken care of. But just finding time to do things and still spending time with the family, being a good husband and a good father. Y'all know I got 4 kids, so that takes up a lot of time. I mean, my youngest two, all they want to do is play with Beyblades, so every time I'm home we're at the store getting more of them, and I'm building a big like Beyblade arena for the little kids, so them and their friends can come over and have fun. how'd you find, hold on, it disappeared. How'd you find the leak? Just see it underneath the truck or on pre-trips? I pre-trip the trucks every time, like before I drive them, and yeah, I found it on the pre-trip. And I found the one oil pan gasket in basically nearby. I found it in Orlando, so I had to get a run out here to Orlando, pick it up, and I have the gasket to do so. But yeah, just during pre-trips, I don't know about y'all, but I pre-trip my trucks pretty well. I mean, I got 1.4 million on this truck, and if there's anything wrong with it, I know, just because I find it during pre-trips or however it's driving. Once you've been in a truck for a while, you know how it's supposed to ride, you know how it's supposed to run. If something's wrong, you're going to feel it, you're going to know it. This one, I noticed my oil pressure's down, barely, but it's still down just a little bit. And I guess it's from that little bit of a leak. It's letting some of the oil pressure just dissipate a little while it's pushing it out the old gasket. Yep, to answer that question on the pre-trip. I gotta make a list of drivers to contact in the morning, so I don't think they'd like a call at 2:30 in the morning being like, hey, stay on top of your logs, especially if they're off or they're going to be running later today. But I mean, I have done that if it's been bad enough, and if it like needs attention right there, yeah, I'll call them in the middle of the night sometimes. Depends on when they've gotten done though. How many on here actually own their trucks? Anybody? Anybody? No? God, I gotta wash my windows. Look how bad that is. That's mainly on the outside, but that fog, man. Driving through the fog will mess up your windows. I do have some big things planned for this truck. That is one reason why I'm looking for another, basically a daily truck that I can still work with. And so all the other trucks are seated right now. But I'm looking for another truck. I do have some big plans for this International. Looking for a truck. Do you own maintenance? Where'd it go? You do your own maintenance, or do you have a mechanic? Both. I do most of my own maintenance, but if I don't have time to do some things, I normally get one of my friends to do it. Not yet working towards it. Go for it, brother. Ain't nothing like working for yourself, man. But yeah, I do majority of the work myself. I can do my own end frames. If you saw the one video swapping out differentials, I've done that. Yeah, biggest thing for me is just having the time to do so, and it seems like I don't have that, which I wish I did. I always thought it was the more trucks you had, the less you had to work, but in all reality, the more trucks you have, the more you got to work, and the less time you have for anything else. That's the one thing I'm learning. But no, like I said, I got big plans for this one. It's gonna be practical to a point, but I'm gonna be in-framing this truck. I'm gonna be getting rid of a center axle on this truck. Oh, looks like the load's ready. Yep.
230. It's ready for you.
Appreciate it. Alright, you guys, well, load is ready. So, I'm gonna call this to an end. Y'all have yourselves a wonderful night. Keep the rubber side down. Later, y'all. Where is it? Oh.